there are a number of dementia residents who come into dementia units who are confident in their thinking and ability to engage with the world. And the traits and experiences that enable this are three. Firstly, they're confident within themselves. Secondly, they've had a career which has involved high organisational skills, often command and control tactics, days of old, like in the army, school teaching and university lecturing. And thirdly, lifelong learning. They've kept up with lifelong learning all the way through, right through to coming up into the unit, whether it be reading, crosswords, quizzes, history, etc. So these residents that come into the dementia units are a great attribute, but they can go either way. They can either be compassionate for the other residents or imperious. And it's a matter of really the exposure to the environment and their own character or personality as to how they go forward with this. Now, for those that are imperious, it's about a 50-50 split actually, those that are compassionate and understanding and kind to the less fortunate dementia residents, and those that just think that, that they're above them, and they have an imperious attitude with it. And why aren't the others reading and learning and thinking and doing like we are? When of course there's many reasons why they're not. Okay, so we'll go with the compassionate residents first. It's so lovely to see actually these intelligent dementia residents being kind and caring and understanding and working hard with the other less fortunate dementia residents, of which there's many reasons for that. Could be that they're heavily medicated. It could be they've got very advanced dementia, another type of dementia that with a quicker onset. It could be another medical condition. They could be really depressed, highly anxious, any number of reasons. But still, the compassionate, intelligent dementia residents who are kind to others are generically kind to everyone. It's a lovely trait to see. They don't discriminate, but the few dementia residents that I knew in this category were so kind and so generous and so good with their efforts, giving time, energy and effort to the other dementia residents who weren't so well off. And because they'd been in careers which had involved training and teaching, they just adopted those same techniques with the dementia residents, which was perfect because that's what's needed. And they'd educate them in conversing and saying good morning and coming to the activities and encouraging them to come to the news in the evening on TV, to sit next to them, watch the television so that they knew what was going on in the evening, engaging that friendship, chatting away at the meal table, conversing and discussing. That really is the big way of getting the intellect and cognition going, especially in dementia units, because everyone is with each other all day long, not just all day, but all night if they're up all night. 24/7 affair, and every day, every week of the year. It's an incredibly, tight arrangement. You don't really get any liberty in it. So you've got to be able to get on, and if you're to manage that is, and these intelligent dementia residents were so kind at helping others. Now the other intelligent dementia residents who were either physiotherapy lecturers, interestingly, me being a former physio, university lecturers and high school teachers. Some of them went on the compassionate route, but the others, the ones that didn't, really shut themselves off, and they would come to the workshops, they'd come to listen to the news on the TV, they'd join in the quizzes, but they wouldn't engage with the other residents. They wouldn't communicate. They might give an answer now and then, but they just wouldn't socialise. And it was a loss. It was a loss for them and for the residents, because they could fill out all the quizzes, the crosswords, they could engage, they had the intelligence, but they weren't communicating. And of course, if you don't communicate, in time your communication skill will get lost. But there was the one university lecturer who was like this, very good at history and geography. Because she was so astute and she kept up with quizzes and crosswords to a major degree, like piles high of quizzes all filled out in her room, she didn't lose her cognition or ability to communicate, but she did lose her warmth because she didn't warm to the other residents. She kept apart and she was quite cold and austere, sadly. So it was a sad life for her. But the university lecturer, who didn't join in either and was also IMPERIOUS, did take an interest. And she used to sit way back in the dining room and she'd say, good to see they're learning, good to see they're learning, good information. So she wouldn't take the information on for herself, but she, admitted or said out loud, broadcasted, that it was good to see that others were learning. So that in itself was a positive engagement. So everyone has a different way of learning and being and thinking in a dementia unit. And with that, of course, you've got to get on and be friends and live together. And it's such a hot pot, such a mix in what people have to work with and go through. But it works in a healthy environment where there's education and learning and thinking and reading and good activities. It does work remarkably well. All credit to the human spirit, I think. Courage and effort and goodwill and compassion goes a long way. It really does. In dementia units more than anywhere, I think, because of the compacted environment. And that's why I really enjoyed working there, because there's so much to learn. Not just to teach or help, but equally learn. So all these experiences and more in the Residents' Voice that I've written and the Residents' Rise companion books, good reading on Amazon and description below. Thank you for your interest and comments. Please subscribe and thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or found it, informative. Thank you.